And we're back at it yet again. So this is going to be, I think, episode 14 in our series. We're dealing with some pest issues with the landrace, but we've been spraying CalMag foliar, and we've been using Captain Jack's to fight the pests. So we're kind of feeding the leaves and feeding the plant, avoiding the root system, and then we're hitting the root system with some natural insecticide. So you guys get to see that? Let's get into it. This girl's getting a little bit too big. We're giving her a bit too much light, causing some yellowing of the upper growth. The lower growth is still pretty green, but anything that's too high up and close to the light is getting a little bit yellow. We're going to increase nitrogen, and that way I can still keep bumping the lights up. She's looking a lot greener. She's looking way greener, but it's only the new growth that's fixed. All the older growth is still all weird and mottled and twisted. See those leaves? That's generally a sign of there being some type of mites down in the root system. These are all lettuces, yeah, they're just lettuce. Just some lettuce. Boop. There's mimosa crossed with Hawaiian diamonds. I kind of bent some of the nugs over so that they would get some better lighting. Like this one and some other ones. I over defoliated this way too much. You see the whole bottom area, there's giant empty areas. Definitely could have filled this up a little bit more. But at the time I was battling humidity, so I had to defol. And by the time I kept it down to like 45, 40-ish, it was barren in here.
You know I'm working. You know I'm Mix Missy, Erica, incense and Prince, product of joy, magic and muscle. Van McCoy with the hustle. We've been working. Circle small as pinky rings. My people play their position. Puzzle pieces complete the vision. Yeah, we've been working like the Energizer Bunny non-stop. Bad bunnies drive to the drum line now. We've been working, We've been working, We've been working, Yeah, we've been working, Yeah, we've been. Last night we sent our sorrows to the stars, took our fears out to the forest, and we left them out to ride. Dragged them to the desert, let the vultures pick them dry. Sent the secrets to the sky.
And we're back, baby. She's looking much greener. All the new growth is healthy now. Older growth is still weird and twisted, but all the new growth, if you notice only the new growth, much happier. Just the new growth, very happy. So whatever the problem was in the root zone, that Captain Jack's fixed it. I think whatever those mites were, those buggies, they were got. Also got some lettuce down here. Just a beautiful, beautiful thing of lettuce down there. It's all lettuces. Lettuce all around. Alright. This is the in-house genetics sugarcane. The sugarcane from in-house genetics. That's what we got here. We noticed she's bushed out a bit. Those lower still need to go, so pretty much everything below this line right here needs to be defoliated downward. To keep the plant healthy, we're going to increase airflow by defoliating. We're also refocusing all the energy that would go to the lower growth onto the upper growth. And that's how you get those big top nugs. You got to get rid of all the lower stuff. I'll probably do that tomorrow, not today. I also got to clean the tent tomorrow. I'm going to give myself a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. I've been working on editing today, getting a video out, so. Alrighty fam, ain't much to do here. I'm probably just going to water her roughly half a gallon to a gallon. And I might throw in like a liter here. Sheesh. And we're back. So these leaves are finally green. We used a little bit of CalMag to get her there, but not a lot. Maybe like 5 milliliters to 10 milliliters per gallon for the last 3 days. She's finally getting green. I tend to underfeed my plants a lot. I prefer smaller plants of higher quality, and I know you guys on YouTube ain't vibe with that as much. You guys like bigger yield, so for you guys, I'm going to make this plant yield a bit more than I normally do. I'm going to feed her a little bit further than I normally feed her, and push her a little bit more than I like to push her. So that's just for you guys. I personally like small plants, small yields, high quality. I don't blaze that much, but for you guys, I'll get a bunch. So she's not the prettiest, and she's not the fullest, but we got decent nugs going. Alrighty, but yeah, you got this beautiful pink purple color. That's pretty normal. This one didn't get as purple as the other ones I've seen. Maybe if I push her a little bit longer, we'll see some more purpling, but it looks like she's pretty much purpled out. I think she's got maybe 2 weeks left at most, maybe 3. We'll see how far we can push her and what we'll get out of this. I'm not trying to aim for too much yield, because this time we had to deal with a lot of humidity issues, over defoliation, a bunch of issues, so I'd be happy just to get some solid nuggies. That's all I'm looking for, is some decent quality nugs. Yeah, this is like a super cropping technique that you see right here, where you have a branch built to the side. You still get a main stem and main cola. It's pretty large. I would say, like, I don't know how large that is. Like about hand length maybe for the main cola. Main cola is still like maybe a hand length by the end of it. But you'll get lots of these like little nugs that are like 1 grammers. 1 grammers all up and down it. You get a slightly higher quality on these nugs than you would if they were all stacked on top of each other, generally speaking. She's pretty frosty. Really got to watch out to make sure nothing weird happens, because with the frostier strains and the more compact strains, you can get mold issues, so we got to keep an eye out on that. We got, the temps aren't the best, but the humidity's fine, so we'll have to keep with that. Hopefully everything's okay. Well, we also got the fasciation bud. There's that nugget. Mr. Fasciated right there. Alrighty, budget fam, you see the greenness has returned. We finally had enough time to concentrate on working on these plants, and they're looking way better. They were really yellow, a little bit too bushy, but I've lowered a lot of these, especially this side. I probably won't have to keep them lowered anymore. That's probably good height for them. Opened these up already, pretty good. These guys are new. Do you notice these on this corner? These guys are new. We're gonna bop that out a little bit. I'm seeing some minor weird little splotches, like right here. Actually not entirely sure what that is. I'm seeing early trichome production even on the leaves. You see these leaves? Yeah, but I also see magnesium deficiency. Nice! I zoomed in far enough to see magnesium deficiency. She needs a little bit of magnesium. So, we're going to hit her with some Epsom salt. But yeah, this green was not like that yesterday. We fed her roughly 5 to 10 milliliters of CalMag every day for the past 3 days. So about 3 days in, if your plant was yellow and you fed CalMag every day, it should be about 3 days. The problem is, whenever I feed heavy CalMag like this, I get way too much leaf production. Do you see how much leaves there are? The leaf production goes way up, meaning the bud to leaf ratio isn't good. If I were to keep this amount of nitrogen, I just want high nitrogen going into flower. I want her to have reserves of the nutrients she needs, and not to be hungry when she's growing. The training on her's got to get better. We got to fix that training up a little bit. But I'm kind of in a position where it's a little difficult. Anyways, not too worried about it. She's greened up. the growth is coming in nice and strong. It's almost ready to flip time. Like, she's almost ready to flip. Alrighty, homies. Thanks for joining us. Alrighty. So this is about week 7 of flower. I will give her 1 more week, and then we'll just chop her all over. Not too worried about maximizing yield on this one. This is just how the Hawaiian diamonds look in general. They're really generally frosty and purple. Frosty and purple. I am underfeeding her a bit. That's a fasciated nugget. Look how ugly that is. Look how weird that looks. Alright. But anyways, yeah. So I've stopped feeding her like a little while ago. You can see some leaves on the underside starting to curl up. See some dying leaves right there. Yeah. So she's done, pretty much. She's got like a week left before we call it quits on her. But give me some fresh tomatoes for my lettuce and my salad. Ugh. Yeah, I'll grab you. And a couple of yous. Low hanging fruit. Let's grab that guy. Just 4 is all I need for a little salad. Do a quick little update on her. All these nuggets are starting to get pretty large. She's got pretty long nugs all the way up. Over defoliated the center part a little bit right here for humidity reasons, but we brought her inside because it just was unbearable. Now she's looking real nice. That trichome production is on fleek. Smells a little bit like gasoline. It's not musky anymore. It's more permanent marker, more sour diesel-y diesel marker. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. There's a fasciated nugget. You see the inside of her bud structure is getting real thick. Getting there. Let's see the backside. Let's see the backside. I want you to see the booty of it. This is the booty. She look weird from the backside. Look at that. Weird. What is that? What is that? It's like a monster. Alright. One last little look at all the nuggies and we're out of here. Yeah, they're frosted up all the way down. Wait, I should get you a zoom ski. Here's zoom skis for you friends. Zoom skis. Oh yeah, they're super healthy. Tops are forming mad fast on this girl. That's a sugar cane. We're gonna have so many tops. And that is our little baby.